only have 2 more? Ooh. What do I want to promote? Okay, I'm going to go with, I keep thinking about how on the last podcast, Adam was like, it's just like a whole smorgasbord of sounds when I'm on here, because I'm just making noises. Best Stakeout Caviar.
Oh.
Yes. And that is on the rocks with Sofia Coppola's latest movie with Bill Murray and Rashida Jones, and it is really just a delight.
So good. And I get so mad whenever I think about it, because the reviews, Megan, oh, it's slight. It's good,
yeah,
but it's slight.
Well, they're slight and lazy for saying that.
It's such a lazy review. It's a good movie. It's not slight.
It's so entertaining too, and then the point they make in the movie is just so fun. I mean, they sort of allude to it throughout the plot, and it's entertaining the whole time sitting there. Bill Murray is, full on Bill Murray in this movie.
Full on. Charming.
Rashida Jones is wonderful as ever.
She's so good.
She plays a smart and talented writer. She's sort of questioning things that are going on with her husband and her father, very sort of rich, affluent man.
Art dealer.
He takes her on some escapades into investigating what her husband is up to. And it's just...
Marlon Wayans.
It's so entertaining the whole time.
Yeah, and well, so this is what we're... listen, this movie may not resonate with a lot of people. Because while they're on a stakeout, he has car caviar.
In his vintage sports car, convertible, mind you.
Waiting just to eat caviar with his daughter in a very expensive vehicle.
And cocktails.
And there's the best Sunday bit of 2020, too. Ice cream sundae with the spoons.
Just so good. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's only one there? Oh, there's 2.
Oh, I was worried.
It's just... Rashida Jones is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that she hooked up with Coppola.
It's just such a delightful movie. You're entertained for, an hour and some minutes, and you're never upset. You're not too stressed. Even though the subject matter is, potentially cheating and divorce, you're never overly stressed because it's just sort of an adventure that you're going along with them.
Yeah. It's so... And the final line... I'm not going to say it.
No, don't say it.
But I think it's one of my favorite of
It's one of the best,
it's top 2, for sure. It's a beautiful way to close a movie.
It's right up there with, well, shit, Diana.
All right. I'm on my 7th?
I think so.
Oh, geez Louise. Okay, so...
Tough decisions shall be made.
All right, so this one's tough, because I could go about 8 different directions on this one. But this movie hasn't really been talked enough about. People haven't really talked enough about this movie. So I am going to say, okay, best, this because I'm going to get a twofer on this one.
Right? Oh, yeah. That's not fair.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say best wee boy, played by a guy from Burn Notice award. Plus horrible creep, played by someone on Burn Notice. Jeffrey Donovan in Let Him Go. It's horrible. But
oh my gosh.
I'm going to say...
He's creepy.
Best usage of Boo Boo Stewart award of 2020. Just because... We love The Grizzlies, which he's in, which is about a lacrosse team.
Yeah.
Excellent movie.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
It's on Netflix, and I think it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but you need to watch it. The Grizzlies it defies all sports logic, I would say, sport film logic. Interesting movie. But Let Him Go is about Diane Lane and Kevin Costner. They're George and Margaret. They leave their Montana ranch to rescue their young grandson from the clutches of a dangerous family living off the grid in the Dakotas. So Costner had a break from Yellowstone. He flew Diane Lane out. They're both the parents of Superman.
Which is pretty amazing when you think about it.
And they go to rescue their grandson. Now this movie I think it's excellent, and I think it's loaded with tension. And what they did was really smart.
It's stressful the whole time. You were just stressed out.
They brought in Leslie Manville to play the heavy, and she was in Phantom Thread with Daniel Day-Lewis, Oscar nominated with Paul Thomas Anderson.
She's downright upsetting in this movie.
And she's just all the acting all around. And I got to tell you, Jeffrey Donovan is the wee boy.
He's creepy.
Freaked me out. And so I don't know.
Not in a horror movie kind of way, but in a person on the street who might creep you out because of their personality and demeanor.
They're just bullies. And what I like most too is the cinematography in this movie. I kept saying it? It probably got a little old.
There's a great shot. There's another great shot. Oh, look, here's a wonderful sunset shot of the Montana sunset vista.
And what I kept saying too about Guy Godfrey's the way he shot the movie. So what I kept saying, he shot Buffalo too, as Zoe Deutsch, but it never feels unnecessary. Remember we were watching that show this year, and there's one of the most unnecessary shots. This guy goes up to a door, looks through a hole, and then opens it up and walks it. It's pointless. If a shot,
Briar Patch.
Yeah, and then I liked it. Rosario Dawson's great, and then there's that Guns Akimbo where
the story is very interesting.
There's shots that are just unnecessary. They're just showy, and they do nothing to service the story.
These are meat and potato landscape shots, and they look darn good.
That's right. But they show some excellent creativity, and I gotta tell you, like Diane Lane and Costner in this are just, they're so lived in and so good together.
This might be a better commercial for Montana and visiting out west than Yellowstone even is.
And staying out of the Dakotas.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it's good. Right now it's available to rent for $20, so a lot of people aren't watching it. But it's really good. But also Boo Boo Stewart. I loved him. I loved his character in this. I thought he brought a lot of warmth to the character, living on his own with his horse.
Oh, he had kind of a sad story.
And then also, like, seeing him in The Grizzlies. So I dig it. Like, those are both movies that are underappreciated and they should be watched by more people.
Oh, The Grizzlies.
It's good.
It
doesn't follow the cliches.
Man, that was a heartbreaker.
Dude who wrote Justified wrote that. Graham Yost.
That's cool.
Multi Gaggies.
Oh my gosh.
Also, Timmy Ollie was in the Mandy Ollie.
Stop.
The Mandy Ollie?
Ugh.
Blech, barf. Caitlin Deaver was in Justified, and she's been crushing it too.
Yeah, she's been a lot of places this year.
Booksmart. And something else. That was last year. But I'm just happy seeing anybody from Justified.
Success to you all.
And, art. Whiskey.
And who's played the mom or the
Oh, Margot.
Yeah.
She's always nominated. She was on the what's the Russian spy movie with Kerry Russell? The Americans. She got nominated for an Emmy just for sneezing on screen. Like, she's that good on it. All right, so
it's ridiculous.
All right, what's your 7th award?
No, this is number 8 for me.
No, really? Oh, because you started. Oh my gosh.
I know. This is a tough one. What am I going to pick? So I have 2 here that I really would like to promote, but I can be grown up and pick one.
We can do 2 quickly, one dragged out.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it. Do 2.
Do it. The very quick one, this is a short, maybe we'll call it honorable mention, and I'll do it before my last one. Best shots that look like paintings, and that's Martin Eden.
Oh.
There was a point at which I looked up at the screen because I was, this was the holiday season. There's a lot of present wrapping and other things going on while we had to watch lots and lots of movies in a short period of time. And I thought, what lens are they using? Because the background, now this is somewhere sort of Lake Como type of area of Italy, and you've got, of course, beautiful mountains and lakes and vistas in the background, but you've got your characters framed well in the front. They're clear. You can see them just fine. The background shot of the lake and the mountains are so compressed and then sort of has a nice sort of blur to it. It looks like a painting. It
Beautiful.
looks like someone put a painting behind them, but at the same time, it's a real shot in Italy.
If Martin Eden doesn't win Best Cinematography, I'm going to make a sandwich and eat it. It's not terrible. I just like sandwiches. Because if I said eat my boot, and it doesn't win, people are, hey, Mark, go eat your boot. This way I can say, I'm going to angry eat a sandwich.
Okay.
A good one.
Oh, we don't eat a lot of bread, so that might be bad. So that is a good punishment then. All those carbs, darn it.
But no, it's beautiful. Beautiful movie. And the acting too. But the cinematography, I don't want to bag on a movie, but it should win the Oscar.
It's just beautiful. I mean, it looks really good. It was captivating, even though it was in Italian, and maybe I didn't hear everything they said, but very, very well shot.
Now I'm putting you on have you seen a movie that looks better?
This year?
Yeah. It's tough, right? I mean, Let Him Go's good, but
Yeah, but there's a lot more. It's less artistic.
You know what I'm thinking, right? All right, so Lover's Rock won't be in. I thought the cinematography on that was excellent because they shot it in close quarters. Steve McQueen shot that. Cinematographer Xavier Kirchner. But you have Nomadland, which looks beautiful, which will be nominated for Best Cinematography. You have Let Him Go, which looks beautiful. But you have the vistas, the wide open spaces. Now, Martin Eden did have those, but it's also close quartered. It's a lot of it inside. Mm-hmm. And so the framing, the creativeness of the shots you're not just pointing at a beautiful vista and having an excellent actor standing in front of the camera. You are framing and shooting and planning, picking the lenses, the shallow depth of field. Like, there's not much deep focus. Like, they're really manipulating the lens, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I think what you said is fair. There's nothing more beautiful. There are some great shots in other movies, but these are truly beautiful work of art shots.
Work of art.
I mean, they look like pieces of art. They could hang in a museum.
I want to fight it. It's so good.
Okay, should I do my actual one
Yeah,
now?
what's your actual one?
Okay, my actual one now is best interview for a medical procedure. Oh my gosh. So, never, rarely, sometimes, always. Talk about another great story that you haven't really seen on film before. It's about a pair of teenage girls. One is going to New York City for an abortion, and her cousin goes with her. And it's just sort of this small tale where she's going out of her town because she can't get what she needs done there. And the sort of trials that go with it. You know, they're teenagers. They don't have a lot of money, and they have to take a bus, and there's adventures there. And, you know, encountering parts of the procedure itself that, you know, means she has to be there for more time and have more money, and there's setbacks. And just, it is such a good, interesting story as you follow these girls through a sort of a 2-night adventure.
Yeah.
In their lives. And Sydney Flanagan played Autumn, the main character, and at one point she's going through her screening, and this is where the title of the movie comes into play, with a counselor at the either Planned Parenthood or abortion clinic, and they're asking her about, you know, her sexual past and sexual abuse and things that might have happened to her before the procedure starts. And it's just mostly just her face and answering medical questions. I would never have thought that a person just answering medical questions on screen like this would be so heartbreaking. And the answers all have to be never, rarely, sometimes, or always. And just the way she answers, oh my gosh, it's killer. It's only her face. You hear the interviewer's voice. And
excellent interviewer.
She's in a whitish gray room, and that's it.
Oh, man. Just the acting and that's top 3 scenes of the year for me.
Yeah.
I think Minari with the snake, that, and anything from Bloodshot.
All the way Bloodshot.
Right? I mean, just, yeah, it's so good. And it's a long scene. It's not showy. And it
builds to sort of the last couple of answers that are sort of more heartbreaking than the rest. But oh my gosh, it is just so, I think it's a very great story for women even. I mean, it's speaking these truths that you don't really hear people talk about unless you've got close confidants or friends.
Super confident.
That might be taboo otherwise to speak about. But that's why I think it was just that there are pieces of her process that she encounters that you just haven't seen on film before.
It's done so well.
Oh my gosh.
Karaoke singing.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was something else.
But it's just this... this is interesting. Sometimes I watch slice of life movies and I want to run into a wall. And we've watched a few this year.
We have. They just don't captivate my attention.
Technically, they're beautiful, right? Yeah. But I'm tired of watching 40-somethings act horribly, then realize maybe I need to get my life straight. It's just not.
Yeah.
This one it's these kids. They're leaving their Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it was rural or small town Pennsylvania. Yeah. Go to the big city where, honestly, it sort of enables the story to happen because she has to wait an extra day to have her procedure, and they don't have money for a hotel, and they have to sort of stay out in this all-night city and do activities until the next day, and she can go in. And you just follow their adventure, and it's never... I mean, the stakes aren't high, but it's so interesting.
And they're kids.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right, so am I up last?
You are last.
All right, so I had that one. So I'm just going to run through a couple. There's best uses of a selfie stick. That's from a movie called #Alive, which I love. There's the best magical raccoon. There's the best sequel involving 3 Vanessa Hudgens, which is The Princess Switch 2. Best party award, Lovers Rock. Best day drinking goes to Palm Springs.
Wait, I didn't know we were allowed to do this. I have more.
Best movie written by an extra from Deep Blue Sea. Aya Podell, that boy number 1, wrote Scoob from Deep Blue Sea. Let's see. Best drunk correction of a director award. Aubrey Plaza and Black Bear give her an Oscar nomination. Okay, now here it is. This is my last one. So it's best runaway van award.
Oh my gosh.
And so we covered this movie earlier, but Get Duked is such a weird, pleasant surprise.
Get Duked